I'm your host, AK Baby Dude, the Lightbringer.
And I am the Furman.
The moon and star come to me through fire and war. Oh, oh, come Nerevar, come and look upon my heart, upon my heart. Oh, lay down your weapons, it is not too late for my mercy. Oh, oh, come and look upon my heart, upon my heart. Oh, oh, oh.
This is Day 28 of trying to be more popular than boobs and booty.
This is news to me.
So far, we have made 0.00001% progress.
There's a 1%?
Well, I left off a couple zeros. So, opening up tonight, I mean, what I'm really interested in is what the Furman has to talk about. You know, before we got on tonight, he had so much. Like he had so many topics. He had so much sauce to provide.
Well, mostly it's due to that CEO that bit the dust.
Oh, more on that?
Okay, so what kind of message do you think this sends to, like, Walmart, Target? I mean, even Paramount. What kind of message do you think that it says you're going to go ahead and pile on crap to the civilians? And then, like, we're not going to go ahead. There's not going to be
I think it showcases a growing dystopia. Like, people are getting a little bit more agitated, and it's more across the board than it's ever been. People are unsettled, and they're...
Yeah, good luck trying to go ahead and find a jury to convict him. It's going to be nigh impossible.
Yeah. Did you see him in court?
No.
When you saw you didn't see that?
No. I've only been following ever since, like, they caught him.
So
with 97 fake IDs.
Yeah.
In a McDonald's parking lot. I mean, I take my fake IDs to the McDonald's parking lot.
So he officially pleaded not guilty. So we'll see how that plays out.
Can't imagine why.
It's surprising to me. I know we've talked about it before, but the people on the right, the conservatives, who seem to not understand the sympathy that people have for this guy or the support. Because, you know, on the right, I'm a conservative. But just the fact that they're like, it's so outrageous that people would support this action. I don't think it's that outrageous. It's not that surprising.
Yeah, this is one of those, like, Caesar, you know, stabby stab moments.
Yeah, I mean, most people don't like healthcare CEOs.
Oh, just because they deny everybody that would actually shun them a profit in the most microcosmical.
So, did you know he's actually in the same prison as Diddy?
No.
Yeah, he is. Luigi and Diddy are in the same prison.
Oh, they're getting two different kinds of treatments. I mean, they're both enjoying it.
They're both getting preferential treatment.
But, like, this would be the equivalent of John Wilkes Booth.
Yeah. I don't think people...
my vape in here?
No.
Oh, 1 second, chat. I'm going to leave the Lightbringer in on this one.
Yes.
So, educate our guests.
Yeah, so, you know, the Furman had brought up Luigi and whatnot. I think he's a very unifying character to most people in the public. When you've got CEOs who genuinely don't care about the average person and something bad happens to them and you expect people to have sympathy for them, I think that's a little ridiculous. I will say I think that there is a growing narrative that CEOs or wealthy people in general should be all considered at fault or all considered evil. I think that's a very naive way to think. I think there's a massive difference between a healthcare CEO and the CEO of, let's say, an automotive industry or a food industry. And of course, there's going to be evils throughout. But when you look at an industry that's predicated on denying claims and hurting their actual consumers, I think there's a much bigger degree of guilt and culpability, and it's a lot more understandable. Janessa, thanks for tuning in. I'll go ahead and honor your request. Last word from Janessa. Thanks for tuning in. The Furman is currently on a hiatus. He is suffering from a manic episode. He's running around my living room butt naked, and hopefully he can calm down and get back on the show, but I'm a little skeptical at this point, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I think it's I don't think it's warranted to make the leap to go, oh yeah, all CEOs need to be punished, all successful people need to be punished. The real problem I think people have with accumulated wealth is the lack of utility or the lack of function that wealthy people provide. If you're a wealthy person and you're using your money to make things, like,
I would say accountability.
yeah,
Like, every single big business relies on the bodies of small people. Like, I mean, no
yeah,
shit housing on the small people, but like, that's how big businesses get big. They eat smaller fish.
yeah. Thanks for the like, Robbie. I appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, and I'm just saying, I think that when people go, oh, this healthcare CEO was shot and people are enjoying it, we should start making all CEOs worried about this. I disagree with that. I think healthcare is far more predatory than
literally right next to Ponzi schemes.
Yeah. I mean, like, hell, let's say there's like some wealthy CEO of like Mammy's soap company and he makes millions a year. Should this guy
Nah, Mammy soap. I mean,
but it's definitely a different
kind
field.
of spectrum, yeah.
Yeah. One person denies your health claims, and the other
condemns you to death.
You are all in the shot, bro. You're gonna have to go onto the table. Yeah, that's better.
There are those who decide who lives or dies.
Yeah, and that's way worse.
Yeah, there's life insurance, and then there's, Mammy's soap.
Does Mammy deserve to die because
No.
she made $1 billion selling lovely scents?
Depends on whose back it is. If she goes past the Arizona tea kind of standards,
Next thing you know, they're coming for Paula Deen.
no,
Man.
no. Okay, so like Arizona tea.
Yeah.
Okay, do you know what price they are right now?
Mm-hmm.
What price are they?
I believe they're still 99 cents.
Across inflation, across everything. You know what
Yeah.
their CEO did?
What? What did he do?
He went, "We're making enough.
Yeah.
We are making enough for the consumer to go ahead and have theirs and get theirs."
So we can talk about that. One thing, I'm just taking a guess here. I don't know. I'm going to assume the Arizona Teas are a privately owned company.
It should be, because it's gross. But regardless,
The reason I'm saying that is because when you're privately owned, you're kind of at the liberty to do these things. But I think a lot of people misunderstand how predatory a publicly traded company is. So when a company goes public and it's on the open market, there's an obligation that takes place on behalf of like the owner and the CEO and the board to do what's in the best interest of the shareholders.
Oh.
So, for instance, if you were the CEO of a company and you made choices that consciously reduce the return on investment, you could be held liable by the investors.
Yeah, because like you've not just got to worry about you, but you have to worry about all your stockholders and yada
Right.
yada.
And so people who are, when a company goes public, the CEOs and the owners and people on the board, they're not so much independent as they used to be, as more of like an operating body for a wealthier class of people.
They have to go yada 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 for the bill holders, for the penny pinchers, yada yada yada.
Yeah. Somebody's got to make some profit, damn it.
Harumph, harumph.
Yeah, and so I always wonder about the pros and cons. Obviously, the biggest companies in the world and the most successful are all publicly traded, but
Microsoft and whatnot.
it comes with a real loss of independence, a real loss of like dick swinging power.
Individuality.
Yeah.
Yeah, like give or take. I mean, I've got no love for the fucking lizard person that is Elon Musk, but like give the man his credit. Ball swinging. Ball swinging.
Yeah.
Ball swinging.
Well, I'm just going like Steve Jobs got kicked out of Apple the first go around.
He got murdered, but okay.
So if you're a publicly traded company, you are at risk
Well, yeah, I mean,
of losing the ownership of your own company.
Having a small heart attack. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Getting kicked out of your own company.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. NJ Stylist joining us from TikTok.
NJ Snilist. Oh yeah.
hit me with a little bit extra info. Oh yeah.
Extra info.
Yeah.
You got all the info tonight. You
Oh.
came with so many topics.
Well, I did up until now. Like right now, I feel like a flounder in the abyss.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Suffering from that brain rot, they say.
Oh yeah, with the Hawk Tua, as it were. I am just abyss in this sea of knowledge,
Yeah.
but I'm only trying to find an anchor to latch upon.
Go ahead, enlighten me. I tend to be the one bringing the light, but I'm ready to be enlightened.
For all of you that are lost in the abyss right now, I would go ahead as the film man. I would go ahead and recommend you to pick up on Eastern philosophy, which is completely the wrong message from our entire channel.
Oh no, we are very versed in Eastern philosophy.
Like what?
We're very laissez-faire. I
Mm.
mean, we're in an enlightened state at all times.
Are you?
Yeah.
So, could you go ahead and give me the story of the Buddha?
Yeah. He woke up. Okay. Yes, he did wake up.
Mm-hmm.
He breathed,
Mm-hmm.
and then he passed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
That's the story.
No, yeah, that's the story of every man.
And then I'm leaving out the part where
the whole
no.
enlightenment.
I'm leaving out the part in the middle of his life where he said, "It's Buddha in time," and then he Buddha'd all over the place. I did leave that part out, so forgive me. But that's basically the gist.
No! I'm gonna have to stop you right there.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So, did you or did you not know that Buddha was born of a rich man?
No, I didn't know.
Mhm. And originally, his name wasn't Gintama. It was Buddha. Actually, reverse that. It was Gintama, not Buddha.
Oh.
Now, Gintama was born of a royal family, and he was not able to experience any sort of pain. Not hunger, not having to take a hard dump, not seeing poor people and feeling bad for them. Nada.
Nada.
Nada. Which, for everybody that's watching this in the New Year's, soak up a little bit of that displeasure from people that are around you, because you know what? You might need to help them. This might be that energy that helps you get to them.
So, did Buddha ever have any women in his life?
Let me get there. So, Buddha, being the way that he was, Gintama, he went out and he spent the next 10 years after his father died seeking pleasure. However, in that time, he slept, he drank, he did his deed, but he found no pleasure in it.
Damn, bro.
But what he did find acceptance is in the Dharma.
So, with somebody who's so interested in the Buddha story, being a hedonist, how do you reconcile the differences in those two?
Oh, well, I'm only halfway through it. I'm still trying to go ahead and enjoy that good part, in my opinion. However,
So you do find pleasure in things.
oh, absolutely. Even in the smallest things, even in the shitty things, which might make me a little bit closer to Buddha than you.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, my dad was skinny, so.
For the chat, I am very fat.
Yeah, you can tell
Mm.
if you look underneath that desk.
Oh yeah. One second. For the chat.
So, let's talk about something I want to talk about.
I'm sorry, I'm jiggling it for the chat.
I feel like women get men in so much trouble. Women get men in so much trouble.
And well, I mean, respectfully, men get women in a lot of trouble.
And I know, of course, they both do. And we talk about all these problems are just problems between men and women, and and that's multiplied, and that's why society is as crazy as it is.
Yeah.
But there's times where I feel like we're so oblivious of what the other sex needs. Like, we're so oblivious of the triggers that we cause real danger to take place. So an example was the other day, I was listening in on this conversation from what I assume is a couple.
Okay.
And
like grocery store at work, where?
Yeah, I was out somewhere and I was listening in.
Okay.
And I'm hearing about this guy's talking about needing to confront some people.
Mm.
And the girl's like, it's going to be dangerous, don't do it, yada yada. Trying to talk him down, and that happens all the time.
With every sort of couple, there's going to be that one time where like, oh my God, well, Fred said this.
Well, yeah, and girls generally don't want, their guy to get hurt. They'd rather keep the peace, generally, maybe. And so anyway, the guy's like, don't worry, I'm not going to get into any fight, anything like that. I'm just going to intimidate him, etc. And the girl replies with, baby, you're not going to intimidate them. You're not going to be able to intimidate them, not you. And I'm like, that is the worst thing you could say to keep your man safe. That is the worst thing. Because what does that do? That inspires a man instantly to act.
To go ahead and
be
the tennis ball. If you don't believe in me, why would I go ahead and be the wrecking ball when I could be the tennis ball?
Well, it's like if you doubt a man, he's that much more compelled to do some dumb shit. Like, if he was already on the verge of doing something dumb,
then he's gonna do something.
All you gotta do
dumb.
is say, you're not gonna do this, or you can't do this. The next thing you know,
you don't do this, you're gay.
So the girl could genuinely be like, I want to keep my man safe, right? I want to protect him. And then say something as crazy as you can't do what you're trying to do. Like, that is insanity.
It just means it's gonna happen faster.
And yeah, that's what it means. What do you think, Furman?
I think that there is a market for people that can go ahead and have theirs under control. But like right now, those that are under this control should either have a good time or get a good night.
So I was talking to a lady today about this topic, about why women always get men in trouble.
It's to see them fight.
Well, not necessarily fight, but just in general. I'm like, why do y'all do it? Why do y'all provoke us?
To make sure that theirs is going to be able to handle their business.
And she immediately, this lady's been married for 20 years. So if she's tuning in, I'll apologize in advance for using your story, but I got to say this because it proves the point.
But it's only to go ahead and make sure that their man can handle their business.
Well, that didn't even get brought up. She was like, you were right. We do that. Like, we do provoke our men. And she hits me with this line. I would much rather tear my man down than help build him up. And this is somebody who's been married 20 years. Hits me with the line.
What the fuck?
I would much rather tear my man down than build him up.
That is respectfully very fucked up.
And I'm like, well, there you go, right? There you go. Like, point made. And so we talked a little bit about why it was and tried to figure it out. She didn't have any answers for me.
Well, I mean, no answers to her. It's just to go ahead and see her man go unga bunga.
But yeah, better to tear your man down than build him up any day. Or that's what she'd rather do.
Well,
Oh, well. Enlighten us, Furman. What you got? I can tell you're sitting on something profound and potent, pulsating even.
I've got a set of lungs that aren't mine, and they're collapsing right now, but they're gonna be ready to go ahead and hit this next breath after I get off this podcast. And you know what? I might be a hedonist, but just making sure these guys hit it to the next hit, I'm proud of them.
Are you gonna pull through? Are you gonna make it?
I don't know.
Where are you at?
I'm at that point that if we don't go ahead and hit enough subscribers, I might have to go ahead and call it you and Mr. What's His Nuts.
I don't know, Mr. What's It's Nuts.
Mr. Rapper. God, not Fantastic D. Mr. Felonious Fadaddle. Nope. Mr. Likeable D. Nope. Oh, gosh.
Hey, if you're tuning in from TikTok, go ahead and leave us some likes, leave us some comments.
Come on, hit us up.
We'll get back to you.
Look for the next subscriber. Yep. This is for you.
Hey, Eric Vander. Thanks for tuning in. You might maybe we're cousins. Who knows?
Hey, maybe you might be able to convince me to stay. Hit me up.
So yeah, I think it has to do with wanting to see some order brought to chaos. I think men are just supposed to make things orderly. Like, that's what we're here to do.
Yeah, well,
Tame the garden, right? Order to chaos.
It's not our response. I mean, it's for everybody to choose for.
I think men are supposed to bring some order to things. And if you look at a man not bringing order to anything, Women are like, I'm going to give him some chaos.
Mm.
Like, oh, he ain't bringing order. Well, look.
Well, then let's bring some women on here because I am everything.
Push a little pile of chaos his way. Like, there you go, baby.
I am nowhere near enough chaos for anybody to go ahead and control me.
You can't be controlled.
I cannot.
Well, that's surprising because I heard from Frank just last week. He controlled you.
She, maybe, but...
And I'm just saying, Frank is known to tell the truth. Hey, Shannon, thanks for tuning in. Leave us a like, leave us a comment. We'll get to you. And like I said, the Furman isn't long for this world now, so if you guys are interested. Hey, we're up to 6 viewers. If you're just tuning in.
I am beyond this world. Go ahead and hit us up. Even though
we are tuned in from the other side of the ice wall. Ask us anything. If you want to know what it's like on the other side,
hit us up
of the ice wall, we will tell you. You want to know what the food tastes like? You want to know how the bathrooms look like? Do we still piss in urinals?
You're goddamn right, we piss in urinals.
Do we?
Yeah.
Do they look the same?
I am not a fucking normal person.
These are the questions you can ask and receive answers to. Yes, you at home can receive answers today. I felt like I was hearing noises. But yes, answers. They want to know. We got somebody asking, what's McDonald's like on the other side of the ice wall? What's McDonald's?
No, check the fucking nozzle.
I don't know how to check. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
What's McDonald's like on the other side of the ice wall?
It's rather frosty.
Did the ice cream machines ever break?
No. As a matter of fact, they only ever sent over like the boxes of cream.
Mm. So we got somebody going, can the guy in the hat just stand up? I need to get a look.
Well, I guess it's for the audience.
This guy's on TikTok, so. I'm saying he's 245 pounds.
Of pure fucking muscle.
Yep. 245 pounds of raw, unadulterated, uncut, USDA, organic muscle. That is what you have just witnessed.
So much beef.
Yes. And he didn't come by it easily. He trained in the coal mines.
Oh, I thought it was in the art of divorced wife.
If AI could build a power bottom, it would be him.
It's a little bit of both. It's a little bit of both.
You have done some bottoming in your time, or no? Because I think the answer is yes.
Man, this water is so good. Oh,
the answer is yes, right?
Well, I mean, hold up. Occasionally, I have taken a penis or two. But it doesn't mean I was the bottom. Even when I was on the bottom, I was on top.
Well, I hear if you invert it, you can kind of get away with that sometimes.
No, if you're enough of a power bottom, you can invert the formula.
You can bottom so hard that you become the top.
Yep.
Is that what you're saying? It's like a mathematical formula.
Look, I'm just saying, there are those who are bottoms by choice, and those who are bottoms by birth, and those who are bottoms who turn it into being tops.
Mr. Julio Bandana says, I was a power bottom on my high school football team.
And you ran that shit.
Well, let me ask you. Did you at least win the MVP award? Like, I mean, did Coach like you? What did you get? You get any accolades?
No, but he fucking got all the ackles and laid. You know what, Mr. Julio? Godspeed.
Dude.
What?
It's TikTok. You must forgive our
almighty TikTok.
So Coach bent him up like a pretzel.
Either that or Julio did.
No, Julio's saying the coach bent him up like a pretzel.
Oh, poor Julio. Or good for you, Julio, depending on how good it was.
So yeah, we've unfortunately never been on the R. Kelly defense team. Mr. Furman was in the Air Force at the time. I was busy getting on the other side of the ice wall. But Luigi Mangione, on the other hand.
Is his name really Mangione?
Yeah.
Oh my god. You said it wrong. You have to give the
Go ahead and give it.
Yeah. The Luigi Mangione.
So, Julio, where are you turning in from? What do you got going on?
Ooh.
What do you do, Julio?
Hit us up.
I'm interested.
Now he's got me interested.
We're here to build a dedicated viewership, and there's no type of viewer we would, enjoy more than someone like you.
If it's better than ass and titties.
Anybody who can be a power bottom on their school football team.
Oh.
That's the kind of person.
We need that dedication.
We need it.
I need it. Like right now, I am. Can I give you this to go ahead and get my vape? Apparently, I'm not allowed to smoke on camera.
So yeah, the Furman is currently undressing in the living room. Not sure when he'll be back. But okay, so let's talk about some things. One of the things that seemed to crop up today, that kind of surprised me, is people seem to be scared of Indians coming to America now. Like all of a sudden, we're talking about legal Indian immigration is going to be a problem for some reason.
Indian?
Yeah.
India.
Yeah. Not like Native Americans, but like from India.
Oh, I was about to say, those guys already integrated. Like a long time ago.
Yeah, so I'm going on like Twitter today and everyone's like, oh no, all the Indians are going to come over and steal our jobs.
Oh man, those guys that are hardworking and actually do the job. Wow. And very politely, I'm going to go ahead and respectfully, I'm going to go ahead and go team .Indian. Like, those who are against it are just big-ass haters. If there's a person that's going to go ahead and do a job better than you, do the job better.
That's my take. I'm like, if Americans are so worried about getting their jobs taken by higher skilled labor, we're at this point, it's like, oh no, the Indians are going to come take our jobs. Oh no, the Asians are going to come take our jobs. Oh no, the Mexicans are going to come take our jobs. How about we just do the fucking job better if we're that's so worried about it?
Exactly. Like, if you're going to go ahead and cry about, like, well, Julio took my job and it's only because he's Mexican. No, it's because he shows up an hour and a half early. He washes the car. He does everything he's supposed to perfectly. And then all of a sudden, a whole bunch of gringos aren't ready for the job, and they want lunch breaks when he's willing to go ahead and scarf down a taco and then fucking lay cement. No, eat a bag of dicks.
Yeah, exactly.
No. So for all y'all who's on Social Security that can't be bothered to have a job.
Well, I think also about like when you think about individual power and equate it to, let's say, the ability to purchase a home and land. Yes, this is live. Thanks for tuning in, Dr. Schlebs. Dr. Schliebs.
Dr. Schliebs.
Let us know what's going on. What's up? But yeah, when you think about how much power, let's say, an average American had in the 50s, when it come to buying a home or land, it's far greater than it is now.
Oh yeah, well the same thing could be said for 1770s.
Right, but here's what I'm saying. I think the world as a whole was poorer than it is today. Whereas in the 50s, America was comparably more rich.
I feel like it's about equal.
Well, here's the reason why I go is globalization, like opening up the global economy, allows companies to use labor, offshore labor.
Which would be your Nikes and whatnot.
Yeah, which takes away from the natural economic power we had in America. And then over time, the average American ends up competing with cheaper labor.
Which your Etsy's and Craigslist would tell you.
Yeah. And so, hey, we got another viewer on Twitch tuning in from Canada.
Canada.
Yeah. We actually have a couple viewers from Canada, which is surprising. So what are you thinking? How are you enjoying Canada? What do you think about the whole 51st state commentary and Justin Trudeau? Let us know your thoughts.
Or some Molsons.
Olsons?
Molsons.
Yeah. Cause
or some poutine.
Yeah.
Gravy on top of
Are
chocolate.
Canadians as nice as it's claimed they are on the internet? I've never been to Canada.
Yeah, it's with that Twitch stream.
Twitch loves to send us Canadians.
Oh yeah.
It's almost like we're based out of Canada. It's because we're on the other side of the ice wall.
Yeah.
Like they don't know any better but to just link it.
Well, I mean, they'd figure. I mean, because we are drinking some Skittles water.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
He goes, I stay out of politics. We do all say sorry a lot. Might not always. Doesn't mean we always mean it, though. Well, that's good. I think saying sorry, pretty nice.
Not if you don't mean it.
You'd argue you shouldn't say it at all if you don't mean it.
Yeah. Because, like, sorry. But, like, you drinking that Red Bull.
Yeah.
You know, it hurts my feelings because those wings, I'm waiting for them.
Yeah, well, your feelings won't be hurt when I get the wings.
Well, it wouldn't be.
Right.
Until they do.
But yeah, I'm just going, all of a sudden, like today on Twitter, it just turned into the Indians are coming for our jobs. And Elon doesn't care about us, like, and neither does Trump and Ramaswamy. They're just trying to get these Indians in America to get better labor for their companies. And I'm like, there's some tough love that has to apply to America. Like, when we talk about make America great again, does anyone ever just come out and be like, well, that part of that means you guys got to stop being so lazy and stupid, right?
The problem is that on both.
It's like, yeah, make America great again. And then somebody's like, well, you're going to need to be a little more disciplined. You're going to have to get rid of some of your bad habits. You're going to have to compete on an open market with hot, and it's like, well, yeah, you got to improve yourself to be competitive. That's part of what makes America great again.
Well, I mean, being a blank slate. So, for our viewers, what would you rather see? Me getting shot with absolute dry Cold-hearted pellets, or would you rather go ahead and see me make some rock hard abs?
Would you rather see the Furman get shot with frosted pellets or him get washboard abs? Let us know.
Come on.
But yeah, Trudeau is a real embarrassment in my opinion. I've never seen a worse fumble than
for a human being that's going to ride on gooses. Yeah.
I'm sure you've probably seen this too, but if you haven't, you should look up the clip where Trudeau talks about what him and his family have done for the plastic initiative when it comes to reducing their plastic waste. And he talks about plastic water bottles in his house. I've never seen a worse fumble from a politician in my life. And it brought me to tears the first time I seen it.
But what would you go ahead and reduce the plastics inside your house?
Well, you know, me and my family have swapped to using plastic bottles. I mean, cardboard, plastic. Plastic cardboard bottles that come out of plastic.
Canada, this is right now your best attempt.
Yeah, it was so funny to watch. It's one of the greatest clips of all time.
Right up there with Logan Paul landing that fucking punch on Mike Tyson.
So yeah, we still get straws down here in the States. It's not quite like it used to be. Straws used to just be like a guarantee, but now a lot of places you got to ask for them. They'll be like, "Do you want a straw?" You have to say yes. And the quality of our straws are getting worse across the board. Like, we used to have these nice, thick plastic straws. You could literally, like, just pull the paper down, and now the straw cracks everywhere, or it's, like, made of cardboard, and when it's in your drink, it just starts dissolving. You know? So straws are dying in the States as well, but we can still get them.
Well,
but it won't be long before you get pulled over. They find a straw in your car, and they're shipping your ass off to Guantanamo Bay.
Well, it ain't wrong. Hey,
It's
what time are we at?
we got about 20 minutes.
I'm gonna have to cut and go. All right, everybody.
We can go ahead and cut it short.
Mm.
So let's do a sign off.
You ready?
Well, yeah.
You want to go first?
You go.
Okay. Well, I want to go ahead and tell everybody, despite everything, to go ahead and stay negative and test positive. Nope. Let's go ahead and reverse that. Let's go ahead and stay negative and test positive.
And before we go, Dr. Schlebs, we're normally live every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Central Time.
But that Jesus Christ birthday kind of thing.
Yeah, but for this week, Christmas threw us off a little. If you ever want to tune in, we're trying to grow a good viewership. Shelby.
Trying to be bigger than...
Shelby.
Trying to be bigger than what now?
Yeah. Well, thanks for tuning in, Shelby. Like I said, Wednesdays at 6:30 Central Time is when we're normally on.
And we are on every day.
And we're on a quest to be more popular than ass and titties. It's a very diligent quest, and it's going to take us a lot of time.
It's going to take more than a lot of time. But you know what? We're dedicated.
We are. We're dedicated to the good fight. So, yeah, thanks for tuning in. And as always, stay in the light. See ya.
Toodles.